why should I stay in the market if I feel we're going to have a downturn soon?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, right? I mean, so if you feel like we're going to have a downturn, well, one of the first things you got to think about there really quickly, okay, because it's really interesting, and I have run across this a lot. Um, there are people that are really, really, really good at looking at the markets and understanding the markets, and have spent a lifetime looking at the markets, who don't know that a downturn is going to come. They might think one's going to come, or they might have some thought process as to why one might be coming, but they don't actually know. Nobody knows, including the person that's probably asking this question. That's one of the things we have to remember always, and have some humility about the market. And I know I have to remind myself constantly of that, is that, we don't know there's going to be a downturn. If we go back, matter of fact, let me just share that again. It's kind of amazing. We had some very major investors, George Soros included and whatnot, that felt like this market was going to go way farther down during this downturn. They were wrong. We have had all along here people that felt the market was going to go down. It doubled, right? It just in this very short period of time. And so you just want to invest. And what you want to do, in my opinion, is find the right mixture of stock and bond to create the right risk portfolio, so that if it does go down, you're okay. You don't have to be 100% in stock if that risk doesn't match your profile. Maybe you should only be 20% stock or 40% stock or what have you. But you have to understand that you don't know that if the market's going to go down. You might feel like it's going to go down, and I often feel that way, but you need to set that feeling aside, find the right mixture, and buy, because most of the time the market does go up. Look at it the last 25 years. We've had two big downturns in that time frame, and it's still up a lot. So, getting in there, it's not timing the market that's important as time in the market, if that makes sense. So the more time you're in the market, the more chance you have of kind of really benefiting from that. And so be careful with, I think the market's going to go down, because you're waiting and the market just goes up and what have you. And maybe you're right and it goes down, but if you have the right portfolio, then maybe it doesn't go down past your pain point, so to speak, and you can kind of hang in there and let it come back. And as that market comes down, sometimes it gives you some really good information, and you might be able to make a few adjustments in that downturn and then really catapult out when it starts to come. That's what we did during the pandemic. We bought some stocks, Apple and Microsoft, on March 5th. We did fantastic with those, and I bought those because they were holding up better than the market. I like downturns in the sense that it tells me, what the market really values. It's like a sifting mechanism, and that jumps out. So I would be investing at any point in time without the thought process of trying to figure out whether this is a top or not, as far as that goes.
Yeah, especially since, if you change your portfolio and you miss out on that upside, and you're really giving up a lot if the market just continues to go up when you predict it goes down. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money lost.
Yeah, and you can't really get that back very easily. I guess the only time I'd ever be cautious is when the market is actually in a downturn. For example, I think it was about the beginning of March, we froze new money going in, until I think about the middle of April, when things had kind of bounced up a bit. And all I'm doing there is that, the momentum has changed. The price crosses through the 200-day moving average. There's some warning signs that, I would heed at that point when we're truly in a downturn that's falling apart. But at the moment, we're in an upturn, no doubt about it whatsoever. And so trying to just guess that the next couple of weeks or months or quarters are going to be down, that doesn't work, historically, at least in my opinion. So, I would be in there personally.